Mpacho mami Wontumi video no. Hwe se de we say yesro ha. Twade.
Nyezio.
Ne lawyer ni.
Pia.
The lawyer na eba no. Senior lawyer no.
Because the lawyer juma na di o. Because papa we kra Wontumi keka ko ho no mo a.
Me ba ka se mi a chere.
Okay, keka ko wa and so anyway.
You see David am ka se wo hwe enipa ye pono every human being a door. You need to have a very decorous understanding of how you open that door and a futuristic picture of how you shut that door. I had a be who say and the appear could be coach na court na odi mumu Wontumi no. Na sama ya na me who say nipa oho. Ye woni papa wa asase so. Because bia sanka ye me a na me ya and the appear could be a ka Wontumi min di dachi ka me lawyer no kwa me kwa meka bi agum ye na tum. Because time NPP for sasa ka kogu papa we constituency so person Wontumi no. Wontumi was the chief architect.
Yeah, some.
Okay, say uyo obi bone a wo ho. Aya mo adwen ye adwuma. Na ti ase say enipa na wo ye ne bone no. Wo be kwa baba be si de so. Befia, madam for lawyer be say Friday ye po baba betra show you so. O se pe kra me modidin.
Oy lawyer.
Oy lawyer. O se so betra ha kasa. Na se ye gene license feed nsema ope. O se captain madam for me who say wa so da. Me na se me bufu pa na me horoso. Na no se me bufu na me horoso na who say me nai bonkum no asante de kana me pele who say me pele me nai bonkum na. Ememe. Eli atasa na nam. Winya who say me horoso me bu afu na me horoso me na who say
o kan wo kan
na me kan me na di bonkum no wo mu say ya. Aso be ba betna ha. Ono kro ye lawyer no ye de fam. Hwe ye du ba bia wo ho esese ni party ni pass se. Emma sofo bia ndada o emma imam bia ndada o. Se nyame nko an hwe nipa enye no kre. Na se Sunday wo kwa asori. Ana na afode na ye bo wa asori ya ntibia ma se fekoto aduane di. Ba wo kwa kopa besia. Menu ya kwa ba. Munyu sa mu Wontumi no mfiri so. Sunday wo kwa asori kwese na wo kwa asori Friday na twam na kwese na yenso de kwa asori no. Wo so ko mosque. Eziefo no. E ko memene da. Papa shi be ko nda bai. So ye Sabbath day. And show wo kwa asoro no wo ba afode meanwhile na come de wo yere ne wo ma wo kunu ne wo ma ana say wo ye single mother come de wo ne wo ma ana de yamfa asoro yo fre na ma wo se fakọ enye nyame nko ana hwedipa se wan ti ase wa asase so abrabo na ye bona wodi wani da so nyina be kwa kwasi nyame so ba me catch your plane won sabe ti esi fom asabna ne kan emu odu pa na ye hia won a wo beto won bo ase atena se adwene ho yie asa what the Americans asabna me kan emu odu pa me nyame ya beni da so na enso sa me bo bra enye nyame nko anam de bo if it's a Bible na say or the me pe ama me number 1 number 2 nimdia me manfo ni nti da wo bre nyama mienu we ene de bobra epe, will, choice, and knowledge. If you fail to live, to exist, to have these two things as your friend, as your brother, as your mother, as your father, as your sister, as your uncle, as your cousin, forget about the fact that God lives. You will fail in life. So one tia say, nyame obo ni wiase na ono na tede o wiase no. Ode ye pe amayen. Eti enye nyankopon na ekopa ga bia ma me. Enye no kra nyame nware ma. Me ye no jebi. Abaya ba ko. Oso aso da so de me tete flowers. Nti obewa me. And I'm saying, also on the sofa catcher says, Yami person ma be mama o warena. Nese nyame na yi be mana mawa. O sabe wan say wo na wuram na ne wo tete flowers. E ma be ma no. Na me say nkwase garden no. Fa be nkwasa nkwase garden nim. Wonim so ware nukuru. On me village no. Oba this paper so we twa nukuru kwate no. Onwa. Ye friend Emilia. Oso nukunu be mem twetwe ya ma ne bere me ye be ma nda ya homache otwe sekan koshi no twan se te akakwa ya twam kwate nkwase flowers tete ye ka wetwa bevia ka nya bi ni ka wetwa ko koshi ko wetwa ko knowledge choice man masophobia preaching that say na me be kwa akoyi oba bi afiri ba bi dia brewo e bia na bi asi binim abrabo na ye boda ye nema mienu the will anyame dia be no so ye no me kase cause anka nyame na dane ye ye bibia ma ye a anka megidi ye say kanipa di hawo but the son say ye pray ye ho say nipa nti nyame de yem pe no wo kan tititwi bible say na nyame po ye pe e ma yen o de ye pe no ene ma yen ene nye no krasa adam boni o ye yin tin ye bre pacho enye biblical sa adam be ye boni nti ene ye yina ye bre dia ene yesu su be wu ye nti ne kwase ye yina ye bre anamwa meka wa ha say ade a ye frere yare a choice metwe me wi dem say ma bre say me home me say me home me munishi kum enye nyame na ye me na maso odin a choice komla no mo wu ye BBC ngui Abranti ya no twa camera ho ya na so ba ko nya aduma yi. The first say Francis owu ye ja TV twa. TV3 na nya aduma. Choice. Obi bonyum say is it a sakwade ana or the choice rap bi anamwa. Nyame ema ye choice wie ye no eno pia ye ya kopo na no ho eno ma ye knowledge say answer na obeka say me pe smart you need to have a knowledge answer na meka say me pe fiata go I need a certain level of knowledge because without the knowledge I will not be able to keep a fear. Choice na your first. Until you can decide say me pe JB, me pe Captain Smart, me pe Fiat, me pe Mercedes, me pe Land Cruiser, me pe Land Rover, me pe Range Rover, me pe Way. It's a choice. A sense of choice the dicanty in the school of life. Everybody is a good person and everybody is a bad person. Me do ko budu bi ma no painting person o ti ase ma me. in the school of life abrabona yebo no enipa bia wo hia ni bia ye nipa papa nipa bia wo be hia bia so ye nipa bone ye ni nipa bone from asese kwese wiye wasase so da because sa nipa na wadwen ye o say oye nipa bone no oye nipa papa ema obi ana sa mete nkrofo tame me mesiri pesua made etem pentin kwa bu adaba tim fumpa atro bitin ze obi say ye de acha me woni mra ade a professor NPP aye kokro pa no teacher bia fa bi nya me da ade a UPSF oh tuition ade waka say you think you are Captain Smart this is UPSC mafia me real the entire document no
the name ko file
the name ko file no professor ni tuition nyame anim professor or red pen bi ono share lens o na ofa ne red pen na Peter no I ain't say no Wasanhwe say captain bibia fine I'm say prof bibia fine na oba no didi say an edwuma mi okay so bibia fine uni ma hadin na me say an your friend is MC UPSA I say born full the university of professional studies no say for any so Accra. Mama Kerry, but me coffee no. Me san shame. Chapter 1, 13 paragraphs. Bi ho one koye no fofra. Emfa. Peter, Mario, ma binde. Mario, ma binde. Wasayo, nyeso ansan yo, wa approve wasan. No wasan frewa catch us say bra, I need to see you urgently. That is why I will sit here and tell you UPSA is the best university in Ghana. Because when baby me dan fofo bi ne me mabi akọ. Ade a wawie ya ye ni green. Wasan, no wasan frewa sa catch us say amwe I make some shame that these 13 paragraphs make them na afi meto na minya meka se mi akse ejatwi but me kan ye yie and on sre or was a very beautiful way of smiling ojai captain Onti ase o we kwa kwaye no we why the straight. I think I can authoritatively say UPSA is the only university you cannot bribe any lecturer. Don't try it. Because when you know nobody be share no crash say when the bomb come be anya yie. Peter, you see in chapter 1 to 4 chapters. Na me kwasra say me topic no so. Se ma me kwan na me 5 chapters. Ade a wasan awie no, papa dey see actually every chapter or cancel not less than 13 paragraphs. I needed to go back. Owie no must work catch me or say it's your choice. The topic is your choice. You need knowledge to finalize it. Cause topic na wo kofa ene nyem kwala topic. Obi asuma choice. It is a me choose say me radio ni TV a. Say me court 159 times in a month. Obi anya me money o me na pay. Choice. Eti nyame di yam pema ye wie ye no hu say no. Still out do ye. And that is one thing I love about God. Irrespective of how any part treaty dan kupon no, still out do ye. Obi no say me the knowledge atato. Enti sister, man you want to say when nipa bone e wo life mu. Me jidi say nipa bone wo ho, but nipa bone e calculative and situational. Nipa bone ye hyehyɛ ena wo mmere bi obi ani asase so obeye bone ani da ye wo na kosi so obewu dabi. E wo abrabo college mu no. Nipa bia ye nipa papa. nipa bi aso ye nipa bone ejina sade woni nipa ne betna ha me tuwe me ye pa efia be ka kire o em go you menim say we ye pa na mate bibi na we de wo de mi so ujam fita na waka santitwi ahye ho de wo ye de mate de nipa bia ye nipa papa nipa bia ye nipa bone enti wo hia obi a hwe sade wo bebie ne pono ane sade wo betum na wo hia nim de enso aka ho hwe se Peter ye ya asore na power amp ejatom na hia patwe ade mpai bo na we fix power amp ada de ye mpai me say ye ko ba bi ye bom ye rally na ye presiding elder me mbondin na wahu ba bi owo na me man cry na me mba kuma senso na papa ye ma ye de se guso power amp ejafam yet was an idea enwusie na musa na bom o say ye mpai and daraba she ya na we yesu di yesu ti bi ade ina yehowa wuti bi ade ina na ma no umutwa power amp no ho Dickens na elders hu na mai bom some bom pae kababa that time na area head so ba area head ni be do no say den omo ye ho no e say papa power amp de blue na elders ye bom pae nyame timi ya de no so munjan kwase asem no me kai pa de so no ka o so catch am so munjan kwase asem no timi so me koye no that time na me share da yin bi asa timi koye na me frɛ president na me say area head say kan jo say giant kwase asem no say waba o say no say ene munyan pae no ene jaye area head the fed SK appear no aguna swedro no swedro area head but president than the mbodi da area head yeah na your drama be Peter your friend lawe obo drums o ekroboni e wa aguna swedro and o ka tell lawe say lawe ye wo be bia betimi na rent power amp ni bi o aka ho ana o say ane and o say monko na ye wo elder bi wo win friend elder otu obo lead guitar I say ada sepo amp ma osinyo papa omo azero washo ye ka asofu elders won say what's wrong bomb pay gudo ma power amp no wa edwuma on so ye futu yin do to ye futu and of fair guy ba kwa no so bodo say chebe means bra on kwa hai won fa chewa no me pamp ni bi rent ye won be see so na de na edwuma ente edu area head so o preaching no say ye wade edi nim de ye wade edi nyansa ye ene ye de adua ewu enso ye e hona na presiding elder na make na sem of fa the bible we jai pentecost be sin ne elder ejimi na wajimi enye apostle na pam wo fi asore ni na wo nyansa ye short. Knowledge is key. When we know to me, any panel born in Bugano. Lawyers say why NPP win you want to be ama. Kapia Kubi. Want to be abrabo wake efa African leaders abrabo. And Mitrobi, let me read it for you. The African presidency, both as a political office and a symbol of sovereign autonomy, has historically existed at the epicenter of local and global contention. While independence in the mid-20th century offered a promise of self-determination, that promise was repeatedly undermined by both internal fragilities and external interferences. African leaders, particularly those who attempted to disrupt neo-colonial economic structures, assert strategic autonomy, or recalibrate global alliances, frequently encountered forceful resistance. This resistance did not always manifest as overt military aggression. Increasingly, it assumed hybrid forms: assassination, economic sabotage, information warfare, cyber disruption, legal entrapment, and elite co-optations. The historical trajectory of presidential vulnerability in Africa is not random. It follows a discernible pattern rooted in colonial legacies, post-independence instability, and 21st century hybrid warfare strategies designed to maintain global economic hierarchies. The collapse of visionary regimes from Patrice Lumumba to Thomas Sankara to Muammar Gaddafi did not simply reflect individual leadership flaws or domestic opposition. They were orchestrated episodes in a broader geopolitical contest over Africa's economic destiny and political sovereignty. Okay? Maka na me say sisubio me be ka bani nasem. If this is how African leaders will manage Africa, we can in 2022, the next 10 years ahead of us, Africa can never contain the African. And when I say the African, I am referring to the youth and the military. Nkwafrafo nka ho. Emerwa nka ho. Eye mebunu ene asrafo. Mafia. Mame fa asem ntu utirim. Ye share Fourth Republic national. Rollins wa makwa. Bisa wo sofo, bisa wo prophet, bisa wo seer. Rollins oye yiyama, ye yini ma ye. Eti Rollins hu say Ghana be ye ya asase bi da baabi aje okohwe. Eti in the mental picture of Rollins, he saw Ghana as a new bare land. Eti Rollins dimirika na odu asase no hono wantumi ambo enwura so nti o kire. Me kawo hintasem. We dada huhumu wiase no sa na asofo ne ka no se na be ya obeti ase. Rollins ejina akwantimfi bipo bi so. Eno ode ne nsabonkum kire se enie. Eno ode fi akonwa so. Je kufuo beti mampani no. Samu bekaya Rollins eye ne nsase esoro ene ase ho ye baako. Man tiase mo fa ne trase politics dabi. O se esoro ho na Professor Mills na da ho. Ena ase ho je kufuo na da ho. Owie no kato se esoro ho ne ase ho yina no. Yeah, one. Now watch this. Or in some way in a course. And what did the cockroach we soon a bathroom? Oh, we know why you say, or you say. Yeah, Bako. Jay could afford the 9 assassin so. Next so between G assassin so. Rollins or didn't such day. But when to me and assassin so. Jay could afford who assassin Rollins didn't such day. Into a ha into kufuo kwa asase so ba wantimi andu so. That land is still unusable. Yendwi so. Professor Mills ba no. Eno timirika di mfidie ekogu sa asase so. Me kan asem bi a kire o. Oti ase afa wan ti ase bisa osofo pani obekire omu. Professor Mills de efidie ne kogu asase ne so no ne na dwuma nyina no ma me ka asem nche wo ne Peter sa Professor Mills be di akonwa no odi 6 months odi efidie ne kogu asase so ankobewu odi afi no odi efidie ne kogu asase so ankobewu. Do you know why Professor Mills enwu ntam akonwa no so asofo no odi won twa wo ho hia ye no wo boban. So for the sea barrier between Mills and deaths. Mills and your wo was sea by our woman or wound him. And you be a boo by no. And can Mills be just once away. but Professor me sentimi andu so no de mfidie no ko gu eye eban no asase no so eno koy mahama baaye no okohwe mfidie no wantimi andu asase no so me be kan se me ya kire wo me fa ho the national security for be fa me fa ho the soldier for be fa I don't care because me fa any kind metna ha eti joma first one no baaye no ono so gide ni kohwe mfidie no no pay diesel ni petrol ni wo yire be fi o hwehwe gu me kan wasem bi wo baabi cause that your mama papa gina baabi a o kire ne de onyo ono so yeye went to be angry so because a man is so dwiso no na pressure aba so the refi de ho nti okoye na do baaye no okogina asase ne hia no bisa sofu bia ne obia onim fam no nchew ehye ase boundary yakase bibi ya boundary yakase ya boundary bibi a chese ya chechire bibi eto kodu hono hu say there's a boundary no akofa do ntimi enkwa asase so no akohwe mfidie no sign na chi Jomama siemiyi and I mean for your excellence before John Mahama Shemeni Kosua whoever is listening and watching tell him upon fa upon jai say a share no aprono yabie Mafia se Mahama entimi enkodwi asase no so a wentimi ankwa ankodwi asase no so a wa hwe onwi mfie nan because drive any of fail car tank only two oba onu aduane wo mukase on a kanche na hwe anamwa Nembre dikan no or the wire gugu mfidie dim eno pe ye na dwen so be pe won a ebetwi won ebetwi no oda wo wo twen no John went me and dwi sa asema me kan mu odu wa hwa be fa ne tra ba de pa fa ne tra no nyame masem that is why I hear ka say my Fourth Republic we mu no and that's what you know and that's what you know no nche say obeye bibi e wo mem ha dabi ese so bi dwi asase bi so na ye kokodua eburu no wo so knowledge choice John when this was there's trouble and yeni suni banya ewo Africa and I am glad listen we share the way obu maina ba fi ase wa wo se nema ye kakra obi owo memba bia age de wabodam abodam for pe ne hu se Mahama nye hwe sa wo modam na wadwen ye adwuma wo ye nyansafo wo njimi wo be hu se Mahama ye ade that's a fact ba me maye din obedi afe 7th January na ma kirewo nkwasi asema akoso amamu we mu na ye the pressure gudu so mo apam nkrofo e wosa amamu we mu but one hwe bi dum be kwanse ye di brunya me twem na di 1 year asa afe nchereba wo sese ye atete hoi na nura ene nansa ye to aba na ye di afe kwese na etwa me ekodi awurade didi na afe na eto aba enti 1 year January 7th me chairman na bedru me ka to se mama mahama afe ana gana from refi afe January 7th year be ye na mahama wadi afe kwase asem bia koso aban we mu nsamfo akoso ne mehu akoso me pointing one by one kakra saa na ye de ko obeye ho adwuma fine anya ho adwuma fine me koso aye adwuma as a broadcaster enti agide onum nyansa me ma yete se radio mo otumfo TV ni radio so otumfo ene me woji tumo wonji tumo me say radio any TV so otumfo eye me
yo
kufo ba na me bi yem radio me se ba na me yem radio ni TV mahama ba na me yem radio ni TV nana do ba na me yem radio ni TV mahama last time me yem radio ni TV to mu na beton me on me koso eja me basa be si akiri apra wa wudi nsamfo wa wu metu funu Did you what doing yet? Now be usa mahama nye hwe. But the many at the din na me hwade knowledge. He? Cool. Ewo Africa nim e free ene ya me no kase yakosi the end of 2026. And me supporting nyina. Me catch your plane.
Why?
Me supporting nyina. He? Papa bi efi South Africa by graduation bi. I don't person me kan ne bi na say Captain Smart e tu no ho da bi. Ohun ba me topic no. And I said there be the man called until I was called. So in fact a copy of Wedding Moreno. I'm the koi. And I said this is the way to go. Okay, fair okay introduction no kind of recommendations. And I said there yes me mano. And your friend me kushiano. And I said, well, this is what came to my mind. And I said, are you a reincarnated human being? And I said, well, I don't know. Me, I don't know. But this is what I felt like writing. So, maybe. Cool. Ewa Africa ni mbebre. Ni na aso me support it. The best February me support it. Cool ebesi wa Africa February ebe me support it. The remember April na ye di Easter wa Ghana ha no so me support it. Nye Ghana ha na ebesi o baby. Eno so me support it. Who di ntia? Africa is the richest continent. But we have the poorest mental people. People who are mentally poor. They are not able to lead us the way we want. And that is why I said that presidential protection and economic security in Africa, the intelligence architecture against foreign threats and hybrid warfare. That was my topic. Your leaders, listen, yes, citizens, we are not able to protect our leaders because the leaders do not want to protect themselves. We have achieved economically, there's so many things we have achieved. Besides, about the same day for the city, any dollar, ekojina simpie so. Now, so politics inti, they say a cosmetic. Saka ye hunyan sasa before Ghana for anka Professor Mesa ba no kakwa yi do ko kasa cosmetic anka de tie je ku 40 year ye sesa ye sika ama dollar any city ahoɔden ni ye pɛ no kasese ke kokɔ hwehwɛ ana me bo Abraham me ye fake for say Jay please sit here old boy How were you able to do it? This is what I call economic security. You tap into the brains and the thinking faculties of certain individuals. You re-engineer it, create new faculties for it, and then you master it by security. You need to create an architecture for it that nobody can penetrate. But are we doing that here in Africa? The answer is no. We're not doing it. Yet what's an for power? Yes, the Kufu no a cosmetic. Professor Mills is what made president. What parliament was it the State of the Nation's address? Yes. And economy. As foolish as we were that time, we failed to protect the integrity of the president and the economic security of this country. We chose to actually do what? Mock the president. So the international community realized that the Professor Mills, that we believed in him, that when he takes over from J. Kufuor, he will be able to consolidate all other things that were put together by J. Kufuor and push Ghana to the next level. His own people are mocking him. Why? Economy. It was so stupid. Excuse my French. I was part of those bandwidths. I joined that wagon. We were all mocking Professor Mills. And it's a professor. No wakoka economy. And what we say, we were not able as people to throw away that rubbish and actually expose and project the trajectory of the ideas that Professor Mills was actually prophesying in our parliament. We took that part and we started mocking him. Economy, and the man died. You know me so? Then John Mahama came to power. We failed to protect him. Again, I was part of it. Wakota down with Dubai. Meanwhile, no, I could Dubai twice in his situation. Why say waha? Why say waha? Why say waha? I don't know how I came by this. Abraham, I went back into how my first administration was overthrown. I realized that hybrid warfare and foreign threats started years before I was born. Over 300 years ago. Until today, there's hybrid warfare and foreign threats. Abrofono wo montaye mama obi ayi wa say nipa kokko obi apegan Africa say kumye obwa e de yen wo yekurum ha no and wo capitalize on it. They build fountains, they build mansions on it, and they are able to penetrate into the core situations of our lives as Africans. Edu baby I make sure no I say obi gina machi mafia I swear as obi gina machi no kan some chem setro ena ya super mahama so sa ena bedu nana so meka o ya the man bruta because Kenoforata was fooling around. He could not stop him. Do you know why? In Africa, leaders seem to be the currency. But if you are the leader, you are not the currency. You are the occurrent. The currency belongs to the people. Any pana ye wo man ni mu no wa bibrem ha ne ye wo energy no ye ne ekuta ahoden no ye ne ekofa awo baaye. We are just reoccurring. We are just reinventing. We are just rebranding. We are just trying to bring another person to lead us. As a leader, you are not the currency. You are not the energy. The energy is us. Now, Nanado is gone, right? John Mahama is back. Now bet me a PhD holder, a whole professor say, Jomama, and finance minister, omonye she. And a dollar ni kofom. It's a binding metre adia omoye ya. I'm a dollar. Hey, sir, professor, where Jimmy Bruta. Hey, what? Hey, minimum report na there. I say, the official won't send a dear from KG. Ah, could see University of Court, doctor, and I say a channel too. Like a Tibet commission or no one who say, Sabia Bruce Sabia walk school, but what Jimmy? Cause men are not going to be champ catch and say, a woman, mafia, or say, emparaquasia. Between young woman, but what Jimmy? Penny for 18 fan chemi, Samoa Madaro Maniado. Just young woman, but what Jimmy? It's me, Professor Vincent, what talk them. No, you treat rock, but dress it with said, no, sorry. Coachana, my man in Papa. Oh, yeah, Professor, why we stand out that got them said, Tim, what me? The woman who say, I know, found so, who may quasia. It's woman I quite school power from having on Jimmy Mobra. Professors don't want to say the business administration or more business or more minister. Hey, na me koi. Ye kwajo. How many economics lectures there was as this one? Yeah, the economy show so much manage. On one you know if you go to on the car. Lecture here to know or check economics, but the rent ya pam no. It doesn't mean do not go to. That is not what I'm saying. Knowledge and choice. Michelle, me catch there. When you choose too much education without a fear answer, you become a fool. It's me now for baby. We are pop secondary school now. You are three. Kuta PhD. You back also a professor. But I mean, trust them. Say they be me pay. Me trust you. Let me build my talent. Let me just go. Now, I'm here brass with university school fees. So I decided to build my talent at a certain level, so I can be chest out and pay for my school fees. PhD so upa gumwa before you come together. So John is also here. This so-called holder, Dr. Minimiansa, or say, or yes, in a dollar. But yes, you, Peter, who are hospital to Accra Medical Center. We are now called down Dr. Mary Okrana Water, Yamiasi. We are Accra Medical Center. Dr. Yamahel, Mafia Water. What's the hospital for that room, Papa toy? Doctor Medical Center, no. What's say? Na find a juma. Moi. He said that's my best hospital. Say no, John, I'm can't say I'm finding a crime call. Because we do a medical center, no doctors and nurses, then crack a car. I'm honest. Miss Adam Tio, man can't play in what causes a knowledge. Me ma kwada hoda. One man kuta as a girl new, as a boy new, they make you feel at home. Bam. What yapo? What's what do for kete? Una wo krono. Because they say yes, you all my fam. Messiah, Jesus Christ will never come back. So about or the son of a pass of choice and knowledge. And to say, Ajnasari Bejina, a year, Masina de. Abompire ma wonwa fibroid da wonyam anania enye yesu na da ye yesu fa agen asare so knowledge choice. Africa a problem, let's say we choose stupid people who we think they are wise. In Africa, we choose stupid people who we, the voters, think they are wise to lead us. And those that are wise, rather, we think that they are fools, throw them into the garbage. Then, of course, we're many. Benin Ministry of Energy, Finance, Defense, National Security, omo toilet to crowd sebe, baby omo ja omo nine, ayema mane pepe ho. Into uko Finance Ministry a hobon, National Security, a hobon, Defense, a hobon, e bini kura bibidi ntime ntwe. Ebini. Oh, sorry. Pacho mo fanche me. Obuori ene die kwa so anti bi fache me nim se wuti kai mo ba. Fanche me wate. Seremo. Ene mo amodidi anope ina no. Mo fanche me. Ate. Nim se opema sam na wo hwe me. Ba me pesa me kan de be ya na wate ase yi. Hey. What's your man? A teacher for what Benin. 8 months won't you teach Nika? Now, a teacher Nico, Jira classroom now. One more show what they say, why are you quiet? Next teacher can say, write about my salary, my unpaid salary. What's what I'm supposed to watch? You know? Soldier for what? Benin, Memphis, Aboswemi, and soldier for you in Jomka. Ghana, how you dress soldier for 3 months. Soldier near to your mind. Peter, it is happening in Ghana. Soldier for a cat you try pepe. But let me tell you today, who calculate from 2016, ABC and Ne, Ameno Kasaya. One way ya strap for one dear papa, you did this soldier woman now resigning. And let me tell you, by the end of 2026, the top brains in the Ghana Armed Forces, they will all resign. When I make catch it out, Obi Oti non country president. Broja Jemfi, or Mini Papa as the Deputy Minister of Defense. Broja, let me tell you this morning. Soldier for now you won't say from other ranks, no. One more resigning. And then who call American embassy, who call Canadian embassy, who call any of the European countries, the embassies are soldier for the airplane visa. One more said I send you from the crack on you who saw a soldier. Come again. Bomam. Hey, soldier for now, war memu hana. Wait to be a cool. Soldier, what am I saying? Soldier for now, Abraham. One call peacekeeping no. Sikera UN Triano. Say I'm farmer soldier ni. Fancy UN kasa every day. Yama $150. Ghana soldier ni no. Yaman between $20 and $22. Presidential protection and economic security in Africa. Look, let me tell you today. You think the university just got up and said that Captain Smart will project to Kenya better? I went to Kenya. I went to South Africa. I traveled to 4 African countries to do my own research and came back to write. It says UPS the first out of Google. Maybe go school to Adam person be abehumi. And now minimum dasa professor into the best supervising me project work. I didn't know. First day now, the orientation said Deba you buy a class. Also you are here today. Professor entry buy a class. Also you are here today. I say I heard that Captain Smart is here. Where is he? I'm saying, sir, please, I am here. Now me mate who says hey me. Once I begin blessed God's been smart. A lot of people don't know. Timashemi no smart, Timashemi. Also I let Captain Smart is here. Where is he? I'm saying boss. Take your nose mask off. Take your cap off. You are here. Okay. Little did I know that he will be my supervisor. Soldier for what Ghana took quite commissions, sir. Sika sesi ya dema wonu mafia $150 no yema mu $22. minimum soldier for 3 omko ware wo free when you have to fear no can say na ware so the say the open na sesa we no na wo do afia tago na mpese me wa no na me ko dwabe na afia tago papa say mejo 1000 ne ma me so dey 700 na me sika den so ade na meye jim ko tim fumpa bu adaban. And listen, hybrid warfare a mebunu any asrafo and a perpetuity foreign threat there you say America betesi we betesi France betesi Burkina Faso we betesi but as an hybrid warfare ebenye ntirido here foreign perpetrators it is a Sanka, also Africa, sorry, for the very first time in the political history of this continent. Yes, sorry, say, yeah, penny, my France and two. Tory, what's France and me to know? What's I to know? By the same Africa, we left brother Mama Gaddafi. I'm a yetuni ya ekuni ya. This is my topic. Presidential protection and economic security in Africa, the intelligence architecture against foreign threats and hybrid warfare. Benin ko Togo beko. Mafia edu baby Benin ko Nigeria. Eko sha Nigeria president no your friend say. Nyetinubu do ko no, do wu ye no. Buhari. That we are tired. We can't manage Benin as a country. Chimiye, Benin, efa penny fort na kam, eko Nigeria ko Abuja, eko kachre Nigeria penny for Buhari said, we are tired. Yet to manage Benin as a nation. Ye percent Nigeria. Emfa Benin as a state. Pacho enye insult. Enye atem didie. Oh, what's the train out as a soldier for ye kua? Na what the what drain nam utubrika na sabia bru sabia nyando. Okay, can someone wanted than a wound because obia tro bibia mauna wokai. So Nigeria nearly adopted Benin as a state. You want to your friend said voluntarily relinquish your nation status to your fellow country to become a state. It's in a Benin person yet to senka voter region, Ashanti region, Emma Ghana. I didn't want to be managed. I better into a binding to move. Because Mampani, Cote d'Ivoire Mampani, on all your way. Say Jagudito. Say France, and not Mali, China, Burkina Faso, Tory, it's France and who are dear more. Is it French, African, African French speaking countries, so it's a French speaking African countries. A big Brahma Maya will cut French in Nano. And now Mali. And Burkina Faso, France in your holding. There are certain parts of Marseille, of France, me call France, me call home, me sheda. Me call France, me sheda call Toulouse, baby, omo aeroplanes, no, me sheda, me call home. There are certain parts of Marseille, and no mudum kane of France. Can you call off? Do you know why the uranium now almost started for our Burkina de Kono? To say, I need a presidential protection and economic security. This is the way to go. This is what I wrote. If Africa decide to protect our leaders who are sensible, and you'll be sensible leaders. South Africa here say yes sorry na wo di anima wo bob model no ye bebo wo ho ban na ye sika sam to yen so we create a security architecture for it. I am telling you, America will run away, Germany will run away, France will run away, UK will run away because already they are afraid of us. Cause transnational hoodie camera ye see hey ye ni amen. Camera we outmoded. It's a total check Captain Smarter. As I'm about to crowd TV no so because camera we come. But I say I'm Ghana near to Ashisha Hurum. Ghana pay you to be so mobile phone. You to be share you are now correct. Ghana pay and I want to what's now mobile phone no kodura na ya wa phone no nyina niam we my wife me there no to say we na ya wa ba phone no ya adwuma pepepe na ya fa petrol na wa fa brush e di twitwi asin na odi twi kochire na wa two transistors na resistors na bi na wa san de led I wo ho so na phone ye adwuma who fi sabro for mu nsuro ye. It is because we are joking with security and we think say security is not physical infrastructure. Bible and yes soldier for ekuta tuo any barracks and a chesa wo boban and a presidential convoy. Cast the so na soldier for na dispatch rider say come okay and na chesa ye bo bi hu ban you no. Say tourism say the companies na wo Burkina eto ade no sa na won so beto no ti France wontimi nto a free hako. First na France flexing the muzzles. Mama nche wade bi Kwame Nkrumah a big mistake. Let me attribute it to myself. I made a huge mistake. Anytime I do me no. What about Kwame Nkrumah? He centralized the security service. Because that Kwame Nji Eti se Kwame Nkrumah tu kwanya intelligence system no intelligence architecture of this country no je wo twen no na what information na Kwame nti se o maya na hye wo mo cause Kwame hu say ne namfufuo bi ene mpanifo bi odo mo kwa America ambassador bi ho ye tokonu ye ne wofa ona yi Nkrumah man tokonu mbwa Uwa Fasaki, nyona ye. The long distance anchor, mebwa, tokonu, adelai. Onya igbeni o, tokonu ni awade to. O de saki. Onya igbeni. Ne wofa. Ene yi Nkrumah man. Nkrumah ka chense. Collect all the information. I am coming. I'll be traveling to Hanoi. Collect the information. Oji yara no release here. That is the only mistake Nkrumah made. Number two, from Swan Nkrumah said no need vice president. Kwame Nkrumah had no vice president. These are the two things he did. But Ghana ma ne babo so say we be protect Kwame Nkrumah, but they could not, because that time na ma do a e Ghana armed forces no ne iswa wo hwehwe omo kura wo hu e ma do wo post wo ne iswa wo hwehwe omo hu sanka ma na wo makola Kumasi Central Market e ma na wo abobroshi e ma na wo mankesim dwom ene mankesim hima that time na ma means o ma ye de osaje photo Kwame Nkrumah no said no we identify a man that was so Germany post mo can to Kwame Nkrumah. It was the women that protected Osajefo. Baby and now friend Peduase Lodge no a man that taunt to my form Dumas ma and to maybe by a friend Dumas Dunkau any Kumasi Massy when we grow to be a for Massy Kumasi go for Massy Massiful Dumas and I know be a room casa. Edunkwa dum DUN dum mass MAS One see Peduase Lodge, a check, Kwame Nkrumah say, although we need dying, hey, ye pel. Ye need John Peduase Lodge, and the man Kwame Nkrumah. When we be a young man, or say, Miss Mimpe, with the Amagana. Or the stamp is seen. Nkratani na so. Peduase Lodge na wo ho no. Kwame Nkrumah ya chede e ma de si chair no e ma sister ja Jimmy no so otetu ukunu ofie o ja Jimmy no na on fe for ma si dan ma obi odi president. Ivory Coast ni tikika obeko. Mama, wa nkodwi asase no so a obeko. Because they say Ghana bear the hope of Africa. John, Ghana bear Africa in any that so say Africa sass and the Ghana no bet me do so. John, when you so wouldn't fear nine, maybe your payan tunchia. Say John Mama could do so I won't tear say or no can say John Mama and tear some American say. It would to fear come to many the day of fear. Only my assassin American said the hot I said the hot the bulldozer could do so. John Mama and to be assassin so only fear nine. Onim. And baby a year called one Africa say you're careful. Nigeria president you to say Tinubu or you more for me poison no. I am telling you today. Etina wapam all the heads of security and one win our wapam win our mafia wasaki obi a point for. He is the only president in Africa say the crime engineer in China woman aduane na wati bia manedi anse wadidi. Mimi si J Kufu Amembuo Ernest Francis Poku Adawro menti ni yedi ni chi ba na mi swa nti eduru ho na wo ka security na wo ma dwon say me small boy ba na me chi niam na gu mi tirim Tinubu guru ho ketewa bi obedi poison oguru ho ketewa bi ya ketewa say be chance ya Tinubu ko. I'm telling you today. Presidential protection and economic security in Africa is the way to go. How are we protecting John Mahama? Yeah? Who did say John Mahama so much is Putin? But people don't know. No, I don't want to expose it. I'm sorry.
Don't say it.
Let me leave it there. Me, from where I sit as a security person, I look at Mahama and I know the kind of presidents he tailored towards. And no na one will to a buying, one will come president, wash it. And Kroma, then some slow Razak, sir, Saquano, yeah, on the national security coordinator, no. Sir, the current national security coordinator, no, Razak, we do Yami before. We won't tell you before, Sada. Razak here before. That guy, or a before first class. Madam Kachero. We're studying Mahama who said it or prayed. And he's protecting Mahama in his modus operandi. That is why he's the only national security coordinator in Ghana in the Fourth Republica. Baby Okobi or Sasani Luke. Or a Muslim. Once I got in a room and saw them. Why I don't star be who that. Chanas. Not to all. About Kaji Master, this will be a D. Bedi communion be. Then once I copy Dr. Wyatt, Pentecost, I saw them. Munda Yamia say, Mammy, no body in me. But who say or not that? Because so we are security coordinator. Africa say you need to operate like Razak. Me can more you need where they baby. It's not my country. The guy, Abraham, or dangerous. Mafia, Razak, or dangerous. Or a bayfor. Me who tell me bayfor sad that. Me who ni move back home, you know me and Sabi. I say, hey, boss. Oh, you're skillful, sir. No, I said. Or on Casanche, Captain. Who talk. My brother, cheers. Bye. No, where you? When we start the question, money answer that. That is what top-notch security officers operate. As a security officer, you don't answer a question on a mobile phone. You don't. Because you cannot tell who is somewhere monitoring, applying hybrid warfare. We send Razak question on mobile phones, money answer on that. How are you? I am fine. Send I am fine, Obi Akabi. Boss, Abraham share headphone now. I maybe say on about watch be silver and black. No. So, my brother, I'll call you. Cheers. On the phone, also. Don't come by that. Ask yourself. Once and say when shall say armed robbery? Galamsey penalty. Bisaho. Why? Ghana for me ye madri JB do also be leadership. Me say me security and leadership. Nti JB treachery no hwe no wadanda ye. I'm chance him to. Mefia say what am robbery nka. Osache. What bullion van say obi akwa akake bullion van da. O ye be ma try. Razak be kum me kan play na cho obekum. Onche won krokro won fa won court. Obey your adwuma. Because the best way to deal with criminals is to eliminate them. The best way to deal with criminals in society is to eliminate them. And this tactics nowadays, I love it. Mafia, maybe what country be? I be on one. Sir Rwanda man penny and careful obeko. Okay. Also be a can Rwanda is sitting on a time bomb. Rwanda is sitting on a time bomb. And I went to Rwanda. I've been to Rwanda 3 times. Rwanda is also sitting on a time bomb. And Dr. Kwesedi would tell you, almost every other African country is sitting on a time bomb. It's just a matter of time. The bomb will explode. Listen. Maybe Africa kono Kandapa kan sembi ne yefane tra unemployment a serious national security issue. Kandapa ekan. But it agro. Youth unemployment a serious national security issue. And when you joke with it, to say there, Watara Tamu Ivory Coast, over coffee, Benin or coffee, wouldn't say Benin will find 10, you know one. No, yet underemployed. Yes, why employed? Underemployed. Africa, oh, eh? You're careful. I'm telling you. Me, my catch was 1 district, 1 factory. If I were the president, you hear 1 district, 1 factory. Highest 5 huge factories in each of the regions. We are good to go. 6, we are good to go. But me, Mr. JB, and those who know me, I've told you, and I want to repeat, if I were the president of this country today, we need only 101 factories. 101. Yemeche in all the regions. Sao mass no English na akwada ne failure ontimi nko university. Yes we nya E8, E7, D7. It's rubbish. does it make sense? Yes, Abianim. Kwekubako is one of the most popular and best journalists. Oh, Ghana, Mwa. Professor Hoy failing in Santini Bufu here. Exact one drop. Besides all degree. But who can send trophy Okrumha? Say Kwekubako can home. When you're then and saying, come himself more first degree graduate, make my masters. Despite what for the next first degree, despite only GSS certificate. But despite only GSS certificate. Yes, I only be no a shoe shine. Or talk cassette. Despite or senior high school certificate. Despite or degree. Only be. So it is not how long you stay in the four-cornered prison I call the classroom. But it is how well you apply your brain. Me mami kwa nursing training. No go school. Oja me mami na na kwaku bichem. Ene e fans one no mo go school da. Me na na kwaku bichem. Owie class 3. And then for so we class 4. The whole certificate be any ho. But if ya kwaku bicham ka kire me say de obie enwomesua epono no oto afiase pono. He who opens the doors of education closes the doors of prison. Kwaku bicham na kan sa no kire me. It's good to be educated. No doubt about that. But if the education of your country cannot solve your problems, then it means that your education is the problem. And now the video to me start. Accra no bomba aba. Abaya. Let's teach no track on video no man to no so I say. Let me confuse you the more. Empire bu be ni asase so betu ama yaye ukrom kwan. Empire bu be ni asase so be ma ukunu ana wo yere aware wo yie. It's a lie. Empire bu be ni asase so a eba me studio ya yete yi. Media Jan penny for Sifu from my says here, Upa Eco Fagina Sari, Duncan Williams, Eric Yamiche, Dakiward Mills, and woman in Ameguha, therefore go to Uncahu. Upa Mumpire 365 days in your dry fast in studio way as a son, young vampire bone worry, yet is so buying and a worry. It's a so far no call, Galam say site, Echo Vampire. Yeah, Joman, Gana my Yarado, now so from penny for tie and die. And I'm would who show when my to say, Senya, Sama, come I can't send me a soft from penny for Marco Suku, a bit of doctors. A bit with a first degree, bit with a master's degree. In penny to say, Yenum and I'm Wum Yamon Paya, Yamin Kawa, a two galam said, okay, Yanko Quasia. This is Yami Wadaji. Oh, Cocker Captain Smarter, maybe just to see I may quain, I may come across him in night. No, I say I'm your near. Sister, so who couldn't boo, or Sorano Paulo, boo, or Sorano Abuja, Wadiano, Dan Passia Samno, sister, pack your things and leave the house. Obeku one day. And by Bobby anywhere, Babamo, ye beast. Oh, boy, ba, Obejai. And by once, a sassutro. Kaposi for nan just so trouble. And by once some blows, can box in your cam. Jajimino, pack your things and leave. Bra, abaya debia or young, or moo mammy, or moo papa, or boo and tia, now what to or show a before, why have I Bra, was a packet cop. Yan fan pie bomb worry, yen jimino, chroma. ade e di suban ye yemfa mpaebɔ ye ade e di mpaebɔ ye yemfa suban ye convention and Pentecost ye ina e be convention this year so the chairman ka say Pentecost convention na ofanko pe na ye be ye ya anti be no ofanko astro tef no so the Pentecost di bi owo Ghana ha bia no wo ba ofanko emo a wo kura je bi say we ja Pentecost mu na mbe samba ye ba ofanko astro tef no so ho na wa what am chodo temie ade na me sofo Job redu one more pie say nyame nkreti asase wo wiem ka beba na nkonwa ne sense ho ne yetete so empire Wontumi nye ya di nyansa ni nimdiye na eyo eti se besi ne sojafo na e kira meto aso and mafia meteto hawa ku besi e wa Ivory Coast hawa ku besi Togo hawa ku besi Rwanda and other African countries. I'll tell you tomorrow. So Jenny free Ghana call peacekeeping. Now all your business. I am from so. I just to boot kakra, to socks kakra. Nani nuanom na e wo Ghana hana ka chese chale mi here desert boot back home. Chale na hon ne bo ne yese so ne bo ne wo fom kra. Medeba ma 400. Meanwhile, oko baby Ghana Armed Forces ankasa ebie wo mo shop now, wo mo showroom ho na okoko tontade ene mpaboa na ne bo no na 700. Meanwhile, ni nua no or the papa no, they won kofa fi China. China so inferior goods no bi no mo kofa. Na de odi be free missions beba no. Na ono de ne bottom sika to, but the mra no se ese buy na toma no. Ebusha enye obi a na eye bibifo enye broni bia na te London enye broni bia na te America se toko no ne wo fasaki amfa nsama mfiri ha amfa nkwa anka CIA fo ntime ntuko ame muruma sai this fo ataba mse CIA once a 1 year won't take from Jubilee House. Banana do ko cabinet meeting ya we o emergency meeting ya we NPP before that na frɛ nka kyerɛ eti kronmo din afi won say ye won wa radio stations the TV stations are abon ni no mu nya asam nka o mo try newspaper are they lie because abayin nko se blanda bia nto obi anya hwenka obi a twensa aban ne beye bibi na nso wonya hwe aka wonya hwe so nka me ka cho plan wonya hwe nka hwe ne bye from 2027 hoko eno me hu se blanda bia TS Ministry of Energy ya do bia we must understand say we need to consolidate our economic gains and create a secure architecture for it. By so doing, we will be able to protect ourselves, the nation, and our sovereignty. Failure of this is a doom for all of us. Beninko, Ivory Coast, Beko, Bobby Ade, Cameroon. Train Cameroon suka ho the train the hon now be who say won what fie enye fie nkwan ni bi anom na ye mo sika kwa abonten kotwa aduane a enkwan ne boofo abonten aduane to no ne booten yare so wom te ba ne se no tifie no enye fie aduane ndi Yaman is Kessa Uncle Tedriane, a wabonte. Soldier for war Africa, ye show mu ye. Apostle for war Africa, ye show mu ye. Immigration for from Homeland Security. May a Ghana man penny in the young phobia immigration via Okruma. na say yentimi anhwe wo yie na wotin kensen ya where nobody under the sun can handle the venom of security operatives. They are deadly, they are dangerous. They can deal with you within a space of just a second. By the time you say Jack, you are naked. Mr. Fidel Castro, ojine dwaye dware, yetimi twanimfoni na president mu ya, the court da bonten.